What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today, guys, we will be placing the water pump. I'm also gonna be putting in the camshafts up here. Hopefully we can put on the timing belt at the same time, guys. So without further ado, let's grab some parts. Alright, guys, so let's start out by taking out the water pump. Alright, guys, just like that, the water pump is out. And let's put in the new water pump. Right, guys, I'm gonna do an installation. Guys, we're gonna be installing the turbo, guys. So let's go over here right to the headers. This is a direct bolt on, so it bolts on like this. Bam, just like that, guys. You got a turbo. This thing is gonna be kicking 400 horsepower, 1 PSI, and that's already 400 horsepower right there, guys. Bam! Just like that, you guys have a turbo. Alright, guys, this is the new water pump, guys. This is by, you guys can see the brand right there, OAW. Hopefully this is good. I didn't really know what kind of brand I should buy. I was gonna buy OEM, but it's kind of expensive. Decided to go some aftermarket stuff. Hopefully this is good. But all you guys do, guys, put in the I wouldn't call it O-ring, but put in the ring, and you guys see these little bumps. They will help keep it in place. So, and just like that, guys, we got installed. So let's go install it, and we should be good to go, guys. All right, guys. I know it's a little messy, guys, but I'm sorry. So get some medium thread locker. It should be blue, guys. It should be blue. Just go on these. Just put a little bit on there. Don't need too much, just a little bit, and you will be spreading that. So for now, I will set it upside down. The reason why you're putting some thread locker on here is because with it being the water pump and everything, and being connected with the belt, with the timing belt, it will create vibrations. And these are small bolts, guys. These are so small. So you don't want them to come loose or anything like that. Just put a little bit. You don't need too much. Just spread them like this. Set them upside down. Alright, guys, and just like that, your thread locker is spread onto your threads, and you're good and ready to install. So new water pump, make sure the ring is sit on there correctly. All you gotta do, put it in place. I always start from the biggest, the longest bolt. Always hand tight, guys. Hand tight, always hand tight again. Do not tighten all the way down just yet. Hand tight. Alright, guys, so now just grab these old ones, throw this back in place. Just like that. This one you don't need thread locker just yet, because this is what holds the pulley. So right now, just kind of thread it in place so you know where it goes. So the torque spec for this is 8.7 foot-pounds. And honestly, guys, that's literally that's pretty small. That's pretty sure hand tighten for some of you guys. For me, I'm just going to hand tighten these because for me, 8.7, that's pretty much hand tight for me. So I'm just going to do hand tight on these. So, just hand tighten these, and these should be good to go. Alright, guys. And for sure, don't forget this one. Alright, guys. And just like that, your new water pump is on. So, with this, you guys at this point, always change out the crankshaft seal. So, right now, we gotta remove the crank sensors. It tells the crank position. So with these, it helps start up your car. Be very careful with these sensors, guys, because you don't want to break them. Okay, guys, when doing this, make sure you guys remember where the bolts went. because it's always nice to put bolts back where you got them. So remember where the bolts went. Alright guys, just like that, it comes out. And we can just let it sit like this. Alright guys, so you guys see, this is the old crankshaft seal. Like, if you guys had it on, like, this is super old. Like, this is old, and it's not good. It's all hard. Like, the rubber feels like plastic, and it's super bad. So with that being said, this is the new one. I'm gonna put it on there. Before you guys do it, put a little bit of oil in here on the outside so it can slide in easily. Alright guys, a tip for putting the thing in. You guys have a big enough socket that can slip over the crankshaft and it will touch the seal. You can use that to kind of hammer it in. Alright guys, so a good idea is to use the old one. So you guys can use that to hammer it in there. Alright guys, so with my method, use this. You guys have a socket like this. Use this and then put this on top and bang it in there so you don't ruin the new one. And with that, you gotta make sure it seats all the way in there. Make sure it seats all the way in there, and just like that, you are done with the crankshaft seal. Now to put this back in there, make sure that the keyway is aligned straight. Alright guys, so see, it should slide in pretty easily. So just like that, with the socket method, there you go, it's in. Grab your key, make sure it's clean, insert the key. Just like that, you are good to go. Alright guys, now I gotta know what's up. Camshaft time. Alright guys, when installing these, you guys just look carefully on the lobes. It does have a flat side and a round side. The flat side will point towards the intake, or it will point towards the exhaust. So this one, it's pointing towards this one is going to be pointing towards the intake. You see this flat side? You guys, I don't know, but you guys have to get your own camshaft to actually see it. But it will have a flat side. The flat side will point towards the exhaust, or it will point towards the intake. So guys, when doing this, make sure that it's aligned. Alright guys, see, this is a little indicator, the little triangle. It's an indicator, it's an arrow. It's gonna point to this little arrow right here. Make sure that it aligns back and forth. Go to the camshaft, try and make it where the key is gonna point up, because that's how it's gonna be installed. Alright guys, you guys see this? This one goes right into this slot. Make sure you guys put on some gasket maker or Honda Bond. All you gotta do is just push it in, and just like that, you are good to go. Alright guys, so when putting these back on, make sure you guys clean off the surface so there's any debris or anything like that in there. Clean it the best you can, and then we're installing it. Be very, very, very gentle. Screw it in just a little bit. You don't have to screw it all the way in. Just a little bit, enough. Try and keep the camshaft as straight as possible, guys. So with this, make sure you guys know which way these goes. So you guys see these have holes. These holes should be facing towards the timing belt. You guys look closely, it will give you guys arrows on which way it's supposed to go. Arrows. The arrows will always point towards the belt. So with that, just slip it in. And guys, when doing this one, make sure you guys put in a new ring. This is a new ring, guys. I put this one on yesterday. And make sure you guys put a little bit of oil on the ring, guys. Just a little bit. Now with that being said, you guys put the cam caps on. Go ahead, wipe off the surfaces of each of these. And finally, guys, we will be installing the cam cap covers. And guys, before anything, and most importantly before anything, grab yourself a little cup of oil because you guys will need to oil these. Best way to make sure, slide in the new ones. Slide your new cam gears. So these are my new cam gears. These are the AAM adjustable cam gears. Get your key. This, you guys have the factory. You guys have factory stuff like me. You guys won't have a key like this. You guys will have to order this from Honda. So this is a genuine Honda for your, for the H22 and up. So the best way to do this is to make sure that everything is good to go. Make sure that your cams are lined up and timed correctly for the install, because you don't want the pistons to bend against the, you don't want the valves to bend against the pistons. So this, use the key. You'll have to insert the key first. Insert that into the camshaft and slowly, just like that, guys. Now, just get your little bolts, dip the threads in oil, and hand thread it down, guys. Hand thread it down. Always thread. Hand thread it down. Always thread from the center out. So this is a picture of how you guys should torque these. And so it's going to be torqued down to 19 foot-pounds. And so let's go and torque these down. So these smaller bolts, they are going to be 8.7 foot-pounds. But like I said, 8.7, that's just like hand tightened. So I'm going to be hand tightening these. Alright guys, and just like that, it's all torqued. But like me, I'm a dude who likes to always check my work. So let's go. Make sure go back with the same pattern. Make sure these are all torqued. The pattern can start out any way that you like, as long as you go from the center out. Always crisscrossing, guys. From the center out, always crisscrossing. See, like that right here. This is the loose one. And just like that, you go. Make sure these are all hand tight. So I start from here. So now I go over here. Alright guys, now that you got the head and everything installed, get your new timing belt tensioners. So these are the new ones. This is the new one. You'll have to use the old little bracket thing. So make sure you guys don't lose a spring or anything like that. And let's go. And also guys, for the H22, get yourself a mechanic one. I heard that the hydraulic one will fail eventually. So it's better just get one of these. I would recommend using thread locker on this. So take it all the way out. and put thread locker in there, because with the vibration, you don't want this to come loose. So I'll recommend putting thread locker on there. But for now, leave it like that. Alright guys, so this is the new, so put a new touch in there. You guys will have to take this out from the old one. It should just slide into place like this. But with it being so old, you might have to like put a socket on it and then hammer it out. And you guys will have to slip it in like so. Put on the bolt, right into Zam, just like that. Alright guys, so this is how the belt's gonna go in. Go from here, goes around here like this, curves around, meets up here, and then goes straight. Before installing on the belt, make sure you guys install back on the bolts for the cams, the cam gears. Go up here, make sure the two lines are straight like that, and you guys really look closely. The line will flush out with the side. This outside line will flush out. Right there, you guys see how it will flush out. It will flush out like that, and that's how you guys know it's timed correctly. So with that being said, now you can start putting on the belt. Now after the belt, that will help you torque down these bolts correctly, guys. So let's go. Alright guys, so when doing this, make sure you guys take off as much slack as possible. You guys want it to be tight. Finally got a timing belt in. I find it's best if you guys start from this longer side over here and pull as tight as possible over here, and then you guys can work your way around. Alright guys, so once you guys get to here, this is where we can start tightening this tensioner. It's gonna take you guys a while, because this is a really tight spot. Alright guys, so when you guys are tensioning this, make sure you guys don't tighten it too tight. You see how I have this little bit of play? Just a little bit of play. You guys can kind of twist it about halfway. You guys can twist it about halfway. That is good, guys. So, because you don't want it to be too tight. Because if it's too tight, guys, if it's too tight, it's like right now it's probably like perfect. Because if it's too tight, it will start squeaking, guys. So you don't want it too tight, but at the same time you don't want it too loose. So you just gotta find that mild spot right in the middle, okay guys. And so after that, make sure you guys have your thread locker in here, and then all you guys do is turn this bolt all the way down.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, just like that. Alright guys, so just like that, you have to tighten it all the way down. So it's kind of like, I guess theoretically, it stretches this bolt, so it will lock it in place from moving. And just like that, you're good to go. And now you go on to tightening this bolt right here. Alright guys, for this bolt, I couldn't really find the torque spec, but I believe it's a 19. I believe it's 19 foot-pounds, so you guys get to 19 foot-pounds. That should be good to go. So now this all tightened up, we can go ahead and install this one. So this goes on top like so. Alright guys, so this one will go on here like this. Hand thread it. Don't forget your washer. Alright guys, now get your crank pulley. This is actually a crank pulley. I believe this one's called the crank pulley, and the one that attaches over this is called a harmonic balancer. Basically the same thing, but just the harmonic balancer is for the serpentine belt. This one is for the crank. This one's for the timing belt itself. So with this one, just put it in there. Make sure it's in all the way. After that, all you gotta do . Alright guys, so you guys will have to line these up. You guys see a little dash, you guys see a little groove in there. That groove will line up with that notch. Come here. Then you guys come in here. That little cut right there, you guys can see.
Alright guys, just like that, you have the belt in place. Okay guys, so for tightening these, you will have to slightly push it down. You have to push it down because this spring is not tight at all. So now for this bolt right here, this bolt should just be hand tight, nothing more. This nut right here should be torqued down to 20 foot-pounds. And just like that, your belt should all be timed up correctly to make sure that to make sure that everything lines up, not loose. You know, put back your crank bolts, give it a crank.
What?
So give it a crank. I have it. So guys, just like that, that's how you know it's timed correctly. Alright guys, well that's it for my video guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below any questions you guys have and I'll surely answer those questions guys. And then hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss any of my videos. Without further ado guys, peace out. I'll see you guys next time.